Hey everybody, this video is going to be talking about using piscalapp.com to give a background to your walk cycle. Last time we worked on walk cycles for different characters, 4-frame walk cycles where a character just walks. Today we're going to try to give a background to our walk cycle to make it look like our character is kind of moving along through space instead of just standing there walking in one place. So I've designed this character, Little Perpy, and I made a little 4-frame walk cycle for Little Perpy here. And I'm going to go ahead, I made a clone of it so I can edit it without worrying too much about it. And we're going to go ahead and try and give Little Perpy a background. So here's the Little Perpy animation. I've got onion skin on right now, which lets me see the frame behind and a kind of a little shadow so I can know what's going on. I'm going to turn that off just for now. So to make a background on a character, we definitely need to add new layers. Layers are controlled over here. By adding layers, we can make things that are behind our character or in front of our character if we want to. Let's start by making a pretty simple one that's behind our character. We're just going to give him a ground to walk on, maybe some sky in the background. So we'll add a layer. We're going to drag it, or press this little down arrow rather, to make it go underneath Little Perpy instead of in front of him. And I'm just going to use this rectangle tool to add some grass underneath. Little Perpy's a weird color, so let's make the grass a weird color like orange. Seems good. So I'll make a rectangle underneath and fill it in. And there's a ground for Little Perpy to walk on. Now, notice how it's only on one of my 4 frames. I have a 4-frame walk cycle, but my background's only on one. I'm going to go ahead and use this little sheep button to clone current layer to all frames. So I'm just going to make it happen on all the frames. Great. If you look up in the corner, we can see Little Perpy's walking on this orange ground. That's pretty cool. Let's give Perpy a sky as well. Grass is orange, Perpy's purple. Sky better be a weird color too. How about pink? Pink sky. We'll go ahead and, it's kind of a little bit intense of a pink. That's nicer. We'll copy that to all the frames too. So here's a simple background for Little Perpy to have. Just a pink sky. Now, if the background had something that was kind of moving with Little Perpy, then it might feel even more like he was moving. So this is the simplest background we could do, but let's make it a little more complicated. First, what we're going to do is try to duplicate our whole animation here. So I'm going to duplicate frame 1, drag it to the bottom. Duplicate frame 2, drag that to the bottom. Duplicate 3, drag it to the bottom. Finally, duplicate 4, drag that to the very end. Now, it looks the same here, or it should, unless I messed something up. Let's take a look at layer 1 and make sure I've got everything. I think I did goof something here. Forward, backward, forward. Yeah, okay. I think everything is right. Yeah. Okay. Something might be wrong in that animation, but I think everything looks good. Oh, I see. Yeah, all right. That's fine. So we're going to add something else to the background here. Let's say we're going to add some little flowers in the grass. Now, with pixels, these flowers are going to be pretty simple. There's going to be little, let's say, blue. Let's make them like a light green. Little dots, pretty much, is all we're going to do here for the background. We're going to make a new layer for this. All right, that's important. We can't stick it on the old layer. That would make it much harder. We're going to make it even a new layer just for the little flowers moving on the ground. We're just going to do about 3 little green dot flowers here on that background. And you know what would be better? Let's undo all that. Let's start on the first frame. And just do our 3 dots. All right. Oh, we need that layer to be on top of the second layer. There we go. Now we're going to turn our onion skin back on so we can see those dots. So here's the layer with the dots. I'll click the next layer, and it shows me where they used to be. That helps me because I'm just going to have them move about 3 spots to the left. All right, so now they're kind of traveling along the ground. Same deal here. 1, 2, 3, spot. 1, 2, 3, spot. And for this one, I'm going to have it come 1, 2, 3 through the other side now. 1, 2, 3, dot. 1, 2, 3, dot. 1, 2, 3, dot. I'm just going to keep on going at about that speed, adding in the dots. Having them move each frame a little bit further in that direction. You can see up here what it's looking like. Suddenly my character's moving across this grass, right? And the loop is a little iffy, but it works. He's not just walking on nothing. He's walking, he's moving through space. The background's moving to the left, he's moving to the right. Looks like he's covering ground, you know? And that's what, so I just took my 4 frames, duplicated them, so I have 8 frames, added a couple layers of background, 1 layer to just be the sky and ground, and then another layer to be some little detail. And I'm just going to save that to my gallery. And there's, it doesn't have to be flowers in the grass. For example, for my Spaceman walk cycle, I added clouds floating overhead and the little mountains and moving left, right to left. For this little rolling robot, let's take a look at that a little closer. See, I let the lines on the road, I had to move. I had to move much faster to make it look like it's really gunning it down that road. And let's see. For this guy, this longer walk cycle, I did the little flowers in the grass, but I also did the cloud moving behind him. For this, I recreated a Mario sprite here, and I had bubbles floating through the air. So there's all kinds of things you can do to give that feeling of motion. That takes my little perpy walk cycle and makes it just a little more interesting. All right, that's what we're doing today. See if I can remember how to end my screen recording.